Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jan Albers and it is my pleasure to share this course with you. So let's go ahead and get started in our Population Health and Epidemiology course. In the beginning, we are going to dive into key components of the course structure, and that's part of the purpose of this particular video. I want you to take a step back and think about your concept of epidemiology and what you think about epidemiology as well as population health. So those two factors, what is your role? What kind of impact do you have on population health and epidemiology, and how do you use those two concepts in your practice? And I hope that you will do the same reflection when we're finished with the course and just take a thought or two about what your thoughts are now and take note of those, and then when we're at the end of the course I want you to do the same and see where you are at that particular point. And what we're going to dive into are the factors that are real and relevant to you. We are not going to develop you as an epidemiologist by any means, but our focus is really helping you to use the information that's out there, to know the information, and to be able to discern what's most appropriate for your practice. So let's go ahead and get started with the course. Start out in the orientation section. Go through the entire orientation section. Watch, of course, this video. Watch the APA video. Take a look at the course in general. Look at the structure. Dive into that syllabus. Review the rubrics. Review the calendar. I suggest printing out the calendar for your use. And also look at your required textbooks, and your textbook is the Merrill textbook as well as the APA manual. And just real up front, we're going to have a mix of students who are working with the 6th edition APA manual and the 7th edition APA manual. If you are using the 6th edition, just send me a very quick email and tell me that you're continuing to use the 6th edition if that's what you started out in the program with. With all new students, we are starting out with the 7th edition. So just kind of keep that in mind. The other thing is that there is just kind of get to know the course type questions and the course overview questions, and you can actually use this as a tool to learn more about the course as well as gain a few points in the very beginning. So you can have multiple attempts. The most important thing is that you are familiar with the course. That's what the goal of those questions actually is. So when you are finished with the orientation, move forward to module number 1. You're going to read the Merrill text, chapters 1 and 2, and you're going to do introductions by a discussion board. So we want to get to know each other, what our backgrounds are, and we really want you to share your backgrounds as we're doing our discussion boards in the future, because that varied perspective is really important to add value and depth to the course. So I want to engage you in your areas of practice and what epidemiology and population health means to you. In addition, there will be a discussion board for module number 1, so keep that in mind. You will need to post your introduction by Wednesday, and then you will also need to do your initial post to discussion board number 1 in the discussion board, because we'll start out with the question. This is a real intensive course, so to speak, but it's a fun course and very doable. So we need to stay on track, on task, and because there's so much information, we really divide and conquer in this course. So you'll have options as far as answering questions in the discussion board. That way we can cover more material, and not everyone answers the same question, so it makes for very vivid discussions. So I really look forward to our discussions, because that's really the foundation of our coursework and how it's basically our classroom. So that's where we're going to discuss the key elements, and then you're going to put those elements into play as far as demonstrating your competencies in your course assignment. So that's kind of how the course overall in the very global view is structured. So let's go ahead and dive into where to find what. So here we are on the landing page, and as you can see, all the modules are listed here, and you will see the modules as they are propagated and opened for you, and our opening announcements will show here, and you will have announcements throughout the time of the course. With the orientation section, the orientation video, the highlight questions are here that you will complete. These are resources available to you that are here for you to help you to be successful in the course. And if you're relatively new to Brightspace or you want to learn more about Brightspace, I've entered some tutorials that students tend to have some questions about. So I want to be very proactive in providing those to you. It talks about starting that discussion board link, assignments, and navigating overall in Brightspace. So just know that there is direct access to the library right here in the orientation section. You can go back to this and access the library, and you can just email Paul Worrell from the course. So this is really important. Know that this is here and use this, and please do use Paul's services as you are doing your searches. He will save you time. So keep that in mind. If you are starting your searches, he will provide guidance, help you find articles that are real and relevant to your practice. So never hesitate to reach out to him. He's invaluable as far as his resources that he can offer in the library. And again, he will save you time. Keep that in mind. So let's go back, to the orientation section. And there are resources for APA. And I do have an overview video that covers the 7th edition for those students who are new to the 7th edition. And just remember, those who came into the program on the 6th edition will continue to use that 6th edition. There's Writing Center access, and please know that this is free, and this is not just when you're having trouble. They are there to help you, and you can make online appointments with them. So just take advantage of those resources that are available to you. Here's a tip on completing a video note too. This may be very helpful for you as you move forward in this course, and you can use the video notes for your introductions as well. I also wanted to deliberately go through the syllabus, the rubrics, and the calendar. And just know that the calendar is right here. And this has the dates of each one of the modules. It has the to-do list, so to speak, and there will also be a to-do list in each one of the different modules. And it also lists when your assignments are due. So keep this in mind. There's an overview of the participation and discussion boards. So know that this is here. Print it out, put it on your calendars, keep track of when things are due. So when we go into, and as far as the syllabus does outline, on the syllabus itself, the form, it does have the student learning outcomes, but they're listed here for you for your convenience. So in examining the syllabus, we're going to dive into not only the student learning outcomes that are listed, but also the aggregate outcomes. Keep in mind, these are the aggregate outcomes for the master's program, and the course description, as well as general information about the course and resources that are available, and how the course is evaluated. So just know that your discussion and participation, part of the participation is actually your overview questions, and also the course evaluation is included in the participation points along with the discussion board points. Each discussion board is worth 4.5 points other than the last one, and the last one is worth 5.5 points. So just kind of keep that in mind. This is how our course is evaluated. And then we have all the rubrics for the course listed here. And just know that they're here, as well as the critique is in the assignment link, the rubric. And just know it's a rubric and form all in one. And that's for your ease to know exactly what is needed in the assignment itself. And it is not a paper, and you'll be glad about that, I'm sure, but it is more of a form. So it's answering specific questions about studies, and then the final synthesis assignment is putting absolutely everything together. So really, with the critique, we're applying what we've learned so far in the course in Module 5. That's when the critique is due. And then in our final assignment, we're putting everything together and really developing a very real and relevant assignment that will help you in your practice. That's what it's designed to do, to be malleable, changeable for your practice so that it is meaningful. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other information. Again, the gold standard expectations. I am here to respond to you, and I respond to calls within 48 hours, but in actuality it's usually much quicker than that, and the same holds true with grading assignments. It's really important to me to get feedback to you in a very exponential fashion, so just know that I try to have a very quick turnaround in grading, and I will let you know if there are delays as well. So with that being said, we're going to dive into the first module, and each module is set up the same way, so you'll be familiar with the structure of the module. So we start out with student learning outcome and then specific objectives for this particular module. So these are the things that we will be addressing during the module. You'll find that there's a module overview in each one of the courses, and it's kind of the to-do list, so to speak, for the particular module. And then you'll also find that there's an overview for each one of the modules. It's me speaking about what we're going to be doing for that module. And then also there's PowerPoint overviews for each one of the readings, and some have some videos and some may not, but keep up with your readings because your readings will be instrumental as you're completing your discussion boards and your assignments. And there's some general information as far as population health and what it means, and just know that there are resources embedded in each one of the modules that will help you with your assignments, or maybe part of the assignment that you may need to read something in particular or respond to some questions in regards to some of the content that's included in the module. So just know, especially for module number 1, here's what I alluded to earlier. Here's where you can link to your introductions, and also this is the link to the discussion board module. And just remember, with the discussion boards, you need to post by Wednesdays with your initial response, and then at least 2 responses by Sundays at 11:59 Central Standard Time. So keep that in mind. And the 2 responses should be on separate days because we want to keep the conversations going. The modules will open up a little bit early for you so you can start preparing your discussion board responses, but please do not post until the start date of the module. That keeps everybody on the same page. I like to give some flexibility because I know you have different work schedules, but always wait and be respectful of your other students. Wait until the beginning of the module that Monday or Monday through Wednesday to post your initial response to those discussion boards. If you have any questions whatsoever, please send me an email. Reach out to me. My email is jlalbers@mckendree.edu, and I look forward to sharing this course with you. Take care and let me know if I can help you in any way.